boom, we're recording.
Boom.
I just jumped
Boom, boom.
boom, boom, boom. You loved that.
That was my favourite.
Yeah, on the last episode. Maddie dancing up on boom, boom. Yes, my ass in your face, yeah, boom. That's what you do. That's what you do now to me.
Excuse me, sir, have you been bummed? Boom!
Take the rabbit's
How you doing? I feel good today.
Yeah, I'm good.
I feel good today. I feel like we have more energy.
Well, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, we tried to record an episode yesterday, but we might have to shelf it because Maddie dropped too many slurs. She was
That's not
she
true.
went on a lot of tirades yesterday. Bloody foreigners. No, I'm joking. Maddie would never.
You know I would never.
I kept the whole way through the record. I was like, Maddie, you can't. But a lot of people are going to get upset. No, I'm
There's a
joking.
lot we had to cut out, so the episode was about 10 minutes.
Yes, that's true.
No, that's not true. It just wasn't our best one. That's okay.
No, well, we tried something different where we were like, why don't we just talk about this thing? And then we might end up putting the episode out, but it was meant to be about breakfast TV. And we sat down and we recorded and then should have spoken before because then realized that Maddie didn't watch any of it. So it's just like, let's talk about Cheese TV. You're like, I didn't watch that. I was like, okay. What about Aggro? I've never seen it. Like, all right.
That's not
Well, guys,
true.
that's remember that. Thanks so much. No.
Yeah, I thought Cheese TV was two guys eating cheese on TV.
Yeah, you were very disappointed. You brought cheese and everything.
I brought some nice Gouda.
Gouda.
I was like, is this not
Is that how
what
you
we're-
pronounce it?
Gouda?
Is it Gouda?
Yeah, well, how do you say it?
Guada.
Oh.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't pronounce it Guada.
No, I brought the bigger.
Oh, yeah, you did. We did get cheese yesterday. Come up here, Martin, before you have a little tantrum. Come up. Come on.
He has to have
Come
his
on.
own seat.
Come on. Up. Come on.
Not interested.
No. He's like, I will go up when I am ready. Um, anyway, no, it's good to be here.
Good to be back, guys.
It's good to be back. I'm here. Thank you all. We've had a lot of new listeners.
Well, I'm here too.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we were saying the other day that we've had a lot of downloads, which is nice.
Yeah,
we
which
can no longer say we've got 2 listeners.
which is nice but suspicious as
It
well.
is. Well, I think it's my mum. That's what I was saying.
Just downloading again
She
and again and again.
finally listened.
I hope she better listen to every episode.
Hi, Mum.
You know, I thought it was funny that the time that your mum decided to tune in was when we put the episode out called "My First Beer." I thought weird coincidence
So
that your
suspicious.
mum's like, I might start listening now. My first beer. I wonder what that is.
Yeah.
Wonder when that happened. If I know about that story.
Oh, no.
Yes. Anyway, Maddie, do you want to intro us?
Yeah.
All right, Maddie, in 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
That was great.
Thanks.
This is good. See, we got energy today as well. I feel like yesterday we were very tired.
We were
We
tired.
didn't have a lot of energy, but we're back and we want to deliver a good quality product. And so as does Marty.
Oh,
as he sits
Marty's
next
up
to us.
on his
I
chair.
know, he's very happy. Isn't it funny? The whole time we've recorded so many episodes with Marty like having little tantrums and we're like, oh, what does he want? And it's like he just wants to be at the table with us. Like literally as soon as I pull up a chair, yeah, take a photo.
Yeah.
As soon as I pull up a chair,
He's up on it.
he's up on it and he's like, I'm fine. This is fine now. I am part of whatever the fuck this activity is. I just needed to be included. So today we're talking about family holidays,
Yeah.
which I realized I've got so many fun stories of family holidays.
I'm excited.
Yeah, there's a few stories that are kind of in the Giles family lore. Like they were told at 21sts. They were told at one in particular that's fantastic. But Maddie, let's start with you. what was family holidays for the Shans? What did you guys have a particular spot that you went to every year, or what was the situation?
Well, we had a few. I think we went to Yamba a few times.
Yamba. Okay, I don't know what Yamba is.
It's I think it's South Coast.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
I know as
where.
much about Yamba as you do about Cheese TV.
No, I think similar to Kiama. You know, one of those coastal.
Oh, south?
I don't know.
Hang on a sec. Let's
Don't
have a look.
remember.
So, so that's a bit of a drive.
How far?
Actually, that is good. We should know the distance because the other thing I want to talk about is the family road trip when you're all in the car.
Oh,
What an experience that is, especially
God.
with three girls in the back. I can imagine.
horrid.
Okay,
Wait,
so
you
you're-
guys wouldn't have fit in a normal car.
We had. I'm so glad you said that. We had a Tarago.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. We had a big family car. But no, you're right because there's 6 of us. So
Yeah.
so occasionally there's one in particular I remember we would have had the Tarago. And then there's another one where I believe Matt was on some Boys Brigade trip.
What?
Yeah, Boys Brigade and Girls Brigade. It's part of part of church. It's like Scouts but church.
Okay.
It's
Churchy
like
Scouts.
yeah, literally. That's all it is. It's kind of like Scouts, but it's more Jesus focused.
A bit more Jesus.
Yeah.
Less survival.
Yeah. So let's get back to you. So Federal, which is where you grew up, to Yamba, you're only looking at an hour and a half drive.
Okay, there you go.
Wow.
Not far. That's probably why.
Yeah.
The car trips were horrendous.
Were they?
Oh, yeah.
What happened? Okay, yeah, you go on.
Well, Phoebe and Zip, so my 2 sisters, they fought a lot. And,
Yeah.
and I always had to be in the middle seat
Yeah.
because, you know, mum and dad in the front and then me in the middle to try and stop those 2 from fighting.
This was common that fights would break out in an enclosed space with siblings. It was bad.
Horrible.
Yeah. What were the fights over? Do you remember?
Phoebe would instigate usually, I would say.
The older sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put in the theme here.
You know, she put gum on Zib or something. and-
Jesus.
or, you know.
She just put gum on her.
She'd do a spitball on her.
She just wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It escalated a few
And Zub would be like,
times. There was a time when
yeah.
I refused to be in the middle.
Yeah.
I was on the side.
Because you were the peacekeeper, so you would
Yeah.
always default. Manny goes in the middle to separate them.
Yeah.
Okay, so then one time, yeah, go
I
on.
refused to be in the middle. I was on the side, and I think Zub, my little sister, was in the middle.
Yeah.
And she turned her back to me
Yeah.
and was bunny kicking Phoebe with like using me as leverage. Just like 2 feet. Bunny, kangaroo style kicking Phoebe.
Was it mum in the front?
Yeah.
Mum and
Well, Dad would drive and then Mum in the passenger
wow.
seat. Yeah.
And what was their method to get you girls to just stop it?
Mum would reach her hand back and whack.
Not a bad strategy.
Sort of in just like not even looking, just whack, 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 whack. Whack.
Like reading a book in one hand, just smacking whatever direction in the other. Just
Didn't matter what you hit. Just
you got hit every time. Ah, God. Sorry, Maddie.
basically, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But Yamba was fun. It
Yeah,
was,
tell me about Yamba.
Well, we would stay in a
So
sort of beach hut.
if for those of you playing along, Yamba is kind of south of Byron Bay.
Mm-hmm.
It's upper northern New South Wales.
Yeah, right on the beach.
Kind of near Grafton. Yeah.
Because, you know, we weren't close enough to the beach living nearby.
Oh, yeah.
We'd go on another beach holiday.
Yeah, sure.
But it was right on the beach, and all the little crabs, the soldier crabs, would come out on the beach, and it would be covered in these little marching crabs. You know,
Oh, wow.
really cool.
Doing like
Just marching along, I guess.
right. They had their parade.
Yeah,
Little crabs. Yeah.
crab parade.
I'm just looking at photos of it. It looks beautiful.
It is.
Would
was.
you stay at a hotel or what?
No, like a little beach. You know those sort of caravan parks, but they're like a little house. You know?
Yeah, a cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah. A cabin. Yeah, we used to do that a lot. Yeah.
It was fun.
Mm.
And one time we went there for Christmas, and that was when I got a bike. I was
Mm-hmm.
very happy about that. I rode my little bike all around the beach caravan park.
Did the sisters get a bike?
I don't think so.
This was just you. On the note, it said, "Hi, Maddie. Sorry for whacking you for all those years. Didn't realize it was you. Probably should have turned around and looked."
Sorry, you always have to be in the middle.
Yeah. Wow.
But and then I remember, when you're at that age where you're too old for sort of little kid activities, but you're not old enough to go sort of out on the town.
Yeah.
Maybe sort of 12, 13.
Yeah, from like 12 to like 16, this is where youth crime starts because they have nothing to do. It's true. It's true. Yeah.
And so there were sort of kids' activities aimed at the kids of the sort of caravan park or wherever.
Oh,
we were
okay.
staying.
Like
sort of group, whole caravan activities.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, parents, we'll take them off your hands for a couple of hours. Yeah. What were some of the activities?
Well, there was a disco one night.
Yeah, now we're talking. Maddie started young. She was grinding. She was grinding up the place. Oh, hell yeah, disco. Was there any... Okay, so that means you're meeting... I've got so many questions. So that means...
Don't get too excited.
No. Fuck off again, but disco? Come on. Yeah. The shared activities and the activity rooms and all of this stuff for the kids is when you would meet and sometimes hang out with these random ratty kids.
Yeah.
That were always... I say random and ratty. We would have been random and ratty to them too. It's just like they're from so far away. Their way of life would have been... Imagine like me meeting you. No, I feel like you still would have had the hots for me.
Oh, Danny. Summer romance.
But yeah, did you ever have a summer fling or summer romance? Was there ever a boy that caught your attention? And in the Yamba at the Yamba disco?
There probably was. But, the disco was very disappointing.
Oh, no. Was it?
Phoebe and I, got ready. We were all excited.
Just
we'll put on our...
just a guy holding a disco ball with his Walkman, just cranked up full volume on his headphones. All right, kids, one at a time. You're going to sit next to it and absorb the music. No, go on. What is
Put
it?
on our holiday best.
Yeah.
Went to this disco and there was no one there.
No. It was just you.
There was just no one there.
Was there a DJ?
There was music and it was a good vibe.
Yeah.
But it was in this kind of hall.
Like, was it a big hall?
Yes.
That's even funnier.
It was probably maybe a few kids there, but it was really awkward.
Listen, as somebody that's run comedy rooms before in Sydney, I get it. I know that feeling very well when you put something on and no one rocks
so
up.
So much effort, and then there's 5 kids there maybe.
5 kids? That's huge hall. Oh, God, that's making me cringe so much.
It was cringy, yeah.
I love that even at a young age, you're like, this is disappointing.
Yeah,
this
it was.
Yeah.
Couldn't even manage.
Did you bust out a move?
Oh, I'm sure we did. We didn't
so
stay
cute.
long, I don't think, because it was too awkward. We just had to get out of there.
Sorry, I think I asked before, was there a DJ? Was there what was the situation?
I can't remember if there was DJ, but there was speakers,
Okay.
decent setup.
I will say, and what time was this on?
Probably 7 p.m.
So this is like, all right, parents.
Maybe earlier.
So this is like, all right, parents, time for you guys to fuck. 7 o'clock.
Yuck.
Well, like, how long was the disco?
Oh, not long. Probably an hour or 2.
What else do you think it's for?
Parents have sex. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon?
I guess, now that you think about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Or have dinner by themselves.
Oh,
We're trying to make it PG.
Yeah, true.
Oh, how depressing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to have dinner without the kids, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Look, hey, we don't have kids. I don't know what it's
Well,
like.
we have Marty, and
Marty,
it would
and
be
that's
nice to eat in peace sometimes.
That's true.
Without him hovering over your plate, literally drooling on your plate.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
I'm
that
such a
is true.
stepmom.
That is true. But so like a disco, 6 o'clock. Any of the do you remember any music playing? Do you remember?
There was music.
Yeah. Did you talk to anyone else at the disco?
I don't think so. We might have sort of mingled a little bit with the other, 2 kids that were there.
Yeah.
2 or 3 kids.
Sure.
And I think, from what I can remember, they weren't related. They were sort of single kids.
Yeah.
So their parents would have just sent them off and been like, go to this disco by themselves. Poor things.
Oh, man.
Awkward.
I will say on Yamba's, on these caravan parks, that's very minimal effort. A school disco, like not games. If they made that games, you know, or some sort of a game,
Yeah.
5 of you easily could have done it. And they could have done minimal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Minimal effort.
There might have been, but I don't recall. But there was another activity we did, pottery painting.
That's fun.
Not pottery, but you know those sort of clay statues you paint.
Sure.
You can get them from Kmart.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good activity.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Good holiday activity.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So no summer flings, no summer romances.
I'm sure I would have had crushes on probably Tyler lookalikes or something.
His name was Romeo. He like barely talked to you. He just sat there like reading, like playing his Game Boy. And he's like, "No, Romeo, my heart belongs to another." You're just sitting next to him,
Making up this whole romance and he hasn't even spoken.
Yes. Yeah, you haven't spoken to him once, and then you go up and confront him. You go, "We can't do this. My heart belongs to another." Yes, you're dreamy. Yes, you're a bad boy, clearly. He's just playing his Game
I
Boy.
must admit, I've thought about it.
I've thought about it, of course. You know, I could just, you know, we don't even have mobile phones. Tyler wouldn't be able to track me.
He'd never know.
He'd never know, but I can't. I simply cannot.
How about you? Did you have summer romances?
I remember bombing with a girl in Coffs Harbour.
I'm not surprised.
Remember bombing really hard with a girl, trying to give her
Yeah.
a compliment.
I can't. Oh, what did you say?
Oh, something complimenting the way she looked.
Oh,
It was just,
what a little Casanova.
and it just I bombed.
What did
so
she?
hard.
How'd she respond?
It just got really awkward.
Oh.
I think that was like the first ever attempt of like, I'm going to try and give a girl a
Flirting.
compliment as a way. No, I was probably flirting in different ways. I just was unaware of it, but I was like, I or maybe I wasn't. I don't
You
know.
would just get nude.
Yeah.
What's your response?
Like what you see? Hey guys!
See anything you like? Speak up.
Yeah, no, I bombed real hard in Coffs Harbour.
That's
Yeah.
sad.
No, hey, it's part of life. You got to learn.
Yeah.
You got to try.
Yeah.
You know,
You gotta put
that's-
yourself out there.
That's how you get better at it, you know? And then you go, oh, that's weird. You don't just go up to a random person and compliment how they look.
I would.
That's creepy. Yeah, I know you would. With all your summer flings.
But it's not creepy coming from me.
No. Especially when you're booming your ass in their face. Oh, nice tattoo, sir. Boom, boom.
The butt in face helps.
Yeah. No, I don't really remember any others. Let me message Cherie and ask.
Well, in the meantime, you could tell us about your family holidays. The 21st stories.
Should we try call her?
Sure, if you want.
She won't answer. She never fucking does.
No message can be.
Cherie used to pick up the phone all the time. We used to be friends. No, she's busy. She runs a business and has kids. And oh my God, she's calling back.
Whoa!
Hey, Cherie, we're recording the podcast. Can we ask you some questions? Ladies and gentlemen, we've spoken about her many, many times. And finally, joining us over the phone is my sister, Cherie.
Hey!
Hey.
Cherie, we're talking about family holidays, and I was just talking to Maddie about like if she had, you know, as a young kid, had any of like those summer fling romances or anything like that. And I'm just trying to remember because I don't think I did, but did you on any of our family holidays?
I don't think family holidays, but I did when Mum shipped me off with church friends.
Oh.
So she didn't have to deal with me on holidays. And
feel like this is a common occurrence between you guys.
Oh man, if you're struggling with parenting today and you go, God, in the school holidays, they're just too much, just start going to church. There are many church camps you can send your kids on. It's endless.
Yeah. This wasn't a church camp, though. She just shipped me off with friends of theirs. I don't know if I'm allowed to name drop on this podcast or not.
That's okay.
I don't think they'll,
I can cut it out, but tell me who it was.
I don't think they'll be
Coddles.
listening anyway.
Oh, the Coddles.
I can't
They
hear
might
her
listen.
now.
You never
Okay,
know.
yeah, they might. They might. They're big. The Coddles are big on the
On the podcasting.
They're big on podcasting. What? Okay, who? How old were you?
I'm going to say 13.
Oh, you can't hear her. Hang on a sec, Maddie can't hear you.
Oh,
Hang on.
here we go. Hang on a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay, go on, Cherie.
I'm going to say I was 13 or 14.
13 or 14. But I swear, I mean, okay, who was it? Was it just some boy?
Look, there was a couple.
This was this sending off to the church friends. I would call my sexual awakening.
At the church camp. So ironic.
What? How did you meet them? So you were just with their.
So they let me bring a friend. So I brought Mel and we stayed at a caravan park and they were in the caravan and we were like on stretchers in the annex. And I don't know. I think we just were walking around the campground and they were like these boys were riding bikes and we, befriended them and they were locals.
Wait. Befriended. Like, how did you? What was the entry point? Hey, bikies! What did you? How did you? What was the first?
I'm
one?
sure they would have been yelling out to us.
Okay. Yeah.
And they were locals from Hat Head. They were the Hat Head local boys.
Hat Head is nice.
Maddie specifically means the boys there. You should have seen her face. Maddie went, you went Hat Head. She goes, they got some good talent up there.
They do.
Apparently so.
Yeah. Okay, go on. Sorry.
We ended up going to their house.
Oh my
I don't think
God.
the
Wow.
Coddles knew this. We just kind of snuck off with them.
Yeah.
But then the Hat Head local girls didn't like that. So
Oh.
This was
they
had
I
a
paid.
they had a town
turf
meet.
war.
They had a town meeting. We don't like these new girls.
They're taking our men.
They did.
Yeah.
They didn't like it.
Yeah.
So I gave, even though my parents thought it was a great idea to ship me off with church.
Our parents
people.
as well, Cherie. We have the same parents, but yeah, go on.
Oh, yeah.
For a local, for a wholesome holiday to get some Jesus in me. I got something else in me and said, no,
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
so you should edit that out.
That's fine, I will.
So I gave one of them some money for their friend to go get us some alcohol.
Oh yeah.
And the girls were getting quite jealous and they ended up taking my money.
Oh.
Ooh.
I thought the boys were involved, so as a revenge, we went to the caravan park disco.
There we go.
Maddie just told the story about her caravan park disco.
Yes. It was a thing, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a thing.
Well, not for me, but for you, yes.
Yeah.
And we randomly ran into these guys that I actually went to high school with, who were a couple of years older than us.
Oh.
They were also at Hat Head Caravan Park at the disco.
And you explained the situation, and then a turf war started.
Yeah.
No, what happened?
And then I saw the boys out the front of the disco looking in at us.
Oh no.
So I started like
Mooning them.
kind of making out with the guy I went to high school with in
Oh
front of
my
him to make him jealous.
Yeah. Maddie's face is so like
Cherie! It's like Bold and the Beautiful over here.
wow.
And then we went out, and the girls were out there standing at the door ready to try and fight us.
Oh wow.
But the people who we came with, the Coddles, were out the front to collect us.
Oh wow.
So I put a big smug look on my face, and I was like, "Hi, Coddles," because I was like, "You can't fight me with the Coddles there."
I think, Cherie, by the way, I think we've said the Coddles way too many times for me to edit it out now. I think we just have to surrender to the fact that we're using their name. We just won't use their first names. No,
think
it's
that's
fine.
okay.
I don't care. I'm just saying if you wanted me to edit it out, I'm not.
I think it's fine to have the Coddles in there.
I think it's fine. The Coddles is probably a common name.
I don't think they'll listen.
I don't think so either.
We'll send it to them.
I'll send it.
I'm going to send them the link.
Like, hey guys, you feature
Hey
in
guys, you
this.
feature in this episode.
Enjoy.
Wow. Yeah. So, that is crazy. I think
That's
I
so
might.
funny.
I think I might have heard that story once before.
And definitely every church camp, I definitely also had a little fling with somebody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like every Camp Kedron, like all of those little summer church camps.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I love that the church camps probably wanted to have the opposite effect, but
Yeah, but it's like, what are they thinking? Let's get prepubescent teens
Together.
and co-ed and get them on a camp where they're all sleeping meters apart from each other. What the fuck do they think's gonna happen?
no, they trust Jesus more.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But Cherie, you didn't. There was none on our family holidays. Do you remember any particular I'm going to tell the story about Larry the tiger, but
Okay.
you know what else comes to mind when you think family holiday?
I actually, for some reason, was thinking about this yesterday, and I think it's because I watched a reel about how millennial dads are so much more involved than any other generation. And I was like trying to think of times I'd been alone with Dad, and I was like, oh yeah, Dad took me and Daniel down to Melbourne on a holiday.
What?
And it was because Mum was going to have knee surgery,
Okay.
but I was like, oh, that's funny, because I would have been like 10, and that was the first time Dad ever took his kids out alone.
It's the first time you're alone with him.
But Mum was having knee surgery, and her sister was going to come and look after her.
Yeah.
So she was just like, can you get these kids out of my
Yeah.
for a while?
Yeah.
So he packed a tent, and he took you and I, and we were just going to go camping for a couple of days.
Oh, wow.
But then we would stay at one place, and then I would be like, Dad, can we go to another place? And I just somehow convinced him to keep driving and then get in his head that how good would it be if we went to Melbourne and ended up in Melbourne.
Oh,
And he was like,
I don't remember this at all.
God.
and he was like, oh yeah, the Great Ocean Road sounds pretty good. Like,
He was
I was like,
maybe
yes, Dad.
he was
the
maybe
Great
running
Ocean
away from
Road."
something too.
Yeah, I didn't even know what the Great Ocean Road was, but I was like, yes, Dad.
Yes.
Imagine we can like drive down the Great Ocean Road.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was talking about.
Wow.
Cherie's a very
He-
good. Cherie's a very good salesman, even at that age. She's very
yeah.
good at influencing.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't. Can you? Do any highlights of this trip pop into your head? Because I have
Absolutely.
no
Yes.
memory of
So
this.
obviously, Dad hadn't parented alone by himself
Yes.
for this long
Yeah.
ever,
Yeah.
and he was getting so pissed off with us.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like we just annoyed him.
Oh, you
Yeah.
guys would have
So
been
much.
so annoying.
He was just like the whole time just so on edge, and it was so funny. And then I guess because he only thought he was taking us away for a couple of days, we only packed clothes for a few days.
Wow.
So eventually I was like, hey, Dad, I have no clean clothes. He's like, oh, just keep wearing the clothes you're wearing. It's fine. And I was like, Dad, I have no clean underwear. And he's like, just turn them inside out.
Oh. Wait, so you guys were only supposed to go, camping in Sydney and you ended up in Melbourne?
We ended up in Melbourne. Like we went to, because I just kept pushing.
Wow. Let's go a little bit further today. All of a sudden you're in fucking Melbourne.
Oh my God. Wow.
We were supposed to go for like 3 days. I think we went for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't
So
remember this
Mum
at
would have
all.
loved it. Mum would have loved it. And we went to like a butterfly house and we went to,
Wait.
I think it's,
Cherie,
we ended up going to like Dubbo and we were like, well, let's go to Dubbo and see your family. And then we went to like the Dubbo jail, the old Dubbo jail.
Okay. I've got some vague memories of us on a trip with Dad. Can you tell me if this is this one? Because this is in a core memory for me. It's something I've never forgotten, and it's quite a cute memory of Cherie. Where we were staying at some place. We definitely weren't camping. We were staying at some sort of hotel place, or maybe we stopped off for breakfast, but it was where they had like a breakfast buffet. And Dad went up and he was getting the stuff, and I think he might have picked something up with his hands. And there was 2 really rude people next to him that were like, that made some sort of comment. Cherie witnessed that and ran back to me and explained what she said. And she goes, so as soon as Dad gets back here, let's tell him that we're having a really good time and let's make him feel really good. But hearing this story, I'm like, maybe nothing happened and this was just another sales tactic for Cherie to get Dad to drive further.
Keep Dad happy.
Maybe there was no rude people. Because I was like, oh my God, of course, Cherie. Oh, Dad. Oh, somebody was rude to Dad. Oh, no. Maybe Cherie was...
I tried everything. Like
What was the
I
motive?
went to Melbourne and I was like, I
wanna
don't
go to
know why.
Melbourne.
I was like, I want to go to Melbourne.
But Cherie,
Okay.
can I ask, though, does that memory, do you remember that at all?
No.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I don't.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. No, that's okay.
But yeah, it was great. Like, and then we ended up going to like the Melbourne Zoo. I think he took us to the Dubbo Zoo as well. Like, we had a really cool holiday.
Good time.
But he just was so annoyed with
You
us
all
the whole
just
time because we were so
stank
annoyed.
as well because
That's
you
wild.
hadn't washed and you
It's-
hadn't washed your clothes.
It's wild and it's wild and it's sad that
I think
so
he
much
ended
of
up,
this.
he ended up just buying me new clothes.
Yeah.
Pulling into like a country Target somewhere and like, you know, he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Washing
yeah.
Oh my
clothes.
God.
Yeah.
Could have gone to the laundromat.
He's like at Target buying the underwear. He goes, now, do girls wear the same pair twice in a row, or how does that work? That's so
I remember
funny.
telling Mum this over the phone. I was like, he's telling me to turn them inside out on like a payphone
Oh,
back
no.
then. And then Mum was like, Jeff.
Jeff,
I mean, to be fair, I would have done the same thing. I'd have been like, you're going to be fine.
you
Come
still
on."
do that.
I still do. I do. I turn now I know where I got it from. I turn my undies inside out. If I run out of washing,
No.
You don't just do washing.
no, we do washing. But if it's during the week and the end of the week and, yeah.
And then, of course, there was also the Gold Coast trip.
Oh, I wasn't going to tell that story, but we can tell that story.
No. When we were
Oh, no.
when we were kids, we did a road trip to the Gold Coast.
Yeah, I was going to tell that
And that
story.
that was a big holiday to go on because they had to drag 4 kids, right?
In the Tarago.
Yeah. So it was cheaper for them to do a road trip, I suppose, than take us
Fly.
all on a plane.
I was telling Maddie about the song that we made
Skip
up.
the
No, you jumped straight in. I was going to see if you remembered it, but you jumped straight in. No, it's fine. It's fine.
That was
You guys need to
created
sing it
on that-
together.
It
Yeah.
was created on that road trip because taking 4 kids on a holiday would be so expensive.
Yeah.
And so we had to stay in these really, and Mum and Dad even today still opt to stay in crappy motels.
Yeah.
And they're just, frugal like that.
Mm.
But we got so sick of staying in these really crappy motel rooms where we were all sleeping in the same
Bed.
room.
Yeah. and
And
also
we knew at the end of the trip was the golden ticket. We were staying in a service department on the Gold Coast.
Yeah,
which we knew was a hotel.
Yeah, we were excited about that. Yeah, but
And-
also something, because we dug up our home movies, and something that I found that was interesting was if you, I think I told you this, Maddie, but if you have 6 people, you have to get 2 rooms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'd occasionally just like squash in, and you know.
What, and pretend that the
Dad would
last
be
person was the dog or something?
Dad would like make us.
Dress Danny
Dad
up as
would-
the dog.
Dad would make us hide in the boot of the car as we were pulling up to motels.
No, shut up, shut up.
I'm not. This is 100% real. When he found that out,
Oh my gosh.
when he found that out, he was like, "I'm not paying for 2 motel rooms."
Danny, get in the boot.
Daniel, Cherie, get in the boot.
It would have been me, because I would have found getting in the booth so exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah.
He's like, "Duck down."
I would've-
Just telling us.
I would have been like,
Just
hell
telling him
yeah,
that
we're
we're-
on a heist or something.
Would have just thrown a blanket over you and be like, that's a suitcase.
So Daniel and I, and he'd be like, "Don't get seen." Like we weren't allowed to leave the room. Like he's like, "This is."
Oh
It was a whole thing.
my God.
It was a whole thing because
Wow.
he didn't want to have to pay for 2.
Oh, it's fair. It's double the price, you know? It's double the price.
Danny's like, yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah. Again,
I
all
get
this
it.
stuff I'm hearing Dad do, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
In
I get
fairness.
it, yeah.
In fairness. Okay,
It's
sure.
the same
Wait,
as when we'd
what's
go
the
to
song?
restaurants and we'd tell them that you were 4 up until you were like 10.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember having to dumb down because I was. They're like, you get it free for 4, and I was like 11, going, "Hello, I'm 4 years old."
You got a little beard. You're like, yeah. What? I'm just. Oh,
I'm on a
wait.
mobile. I'm on a phone call with someone going, "Yeah, just give me 1 sec." Yeah, I'm 4.
Your
Hi,
little
thanks.
suit and tie. on. You guys have to
So are
sing
we
the
singing
song.
the song?
Yeah. Okay. So let's
Yeah.
sing the song together, and then I'll let you go. Okay. Here we go. Ready? In. Do you want to count us in, Maddie?
Yeah.
And
5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
skip.
Skip.
The motel, go. The hotel,
hotel,
skip. The motel.
motel,
We're so
go.
out of time, and I don't know if it's to the phone. I don't know. We are so out of time.
But then Daniel had a rap part.
I did. Oh, and then you had a singing part where you go.
And then I had a
hotel.
singing.
Do you remember your
Hotels are bigger and better. And then Daniel would rap and be like, "Oh yeah, because when we go to the motel," just
It's like, what a nightmare for mum and dad. They're trying their best. They're giving their 4 kids this road trip, and we're like, spend more money. We made a song. Listen to our song while we're stuck in an enclosed car.
they would have had to save up all year because they took us to every single thing.
Yeah, they did. They did. They did. Shout out, mum and dad.
Nightmare
Shout out, Mum and
children.
Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
All right, Cherie. Thank you for joining us. We'll get you on again.
Thanks, Cherie.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
No, that was great. It was great to get Cherie on.
Yeah, that was
finally.
fun.
So I do have some stories. On that Queensland trip, let me just pull up. And see
When
if
you were
I've got
trying to
some.
force your parents to go to the hotel.
Skip the motel, go to the hotel. I remember a couple of stories from that, actually. This will be fun when Cherie hears this back, because I don't know if I've ever told her this. We stayed at... so I'll tell the stories in, I think, the order they happened. That was a really fun trip, that road trip. Did you ever do road trips with the family?
Only really between Manila and Federal.
I was going to say Yamba, because that's not a road trip. An hour and a half is one side of Sydney in traffic. No, go on.
We were horrible in the car though.
Yeah.
So I don't blame mum and or dad.
I remember when they got me a Game Boy, it was like all bets were off. But also, I would get car sick
Of course.
because I'd sit there and I'd play the Game Boy and I'd be like, oh, like it's not designed. You can't, you know what I mean?
But you wouldn't want to stop, so you'd be like
Well, I
feeling
think-
sick.
I think from memory, there's a trick to it. I think if you're playing a Game Boy or something in the car and you're looking down, that's when the motion sickness kicks in. But I think if you actually raise your arms and you're facing it in the direction the car's going,
Yeah.
I think that stops the car sickness. I
Okay.
could be making this up.
Yeah, I have a feeling you might be.
No, because it kind of makes sense because you're going in the same, like you're facing the same direction that you're going, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. But then you don't get that on trains, do you? You can sit there and...
I don't know. I don't play Game Boys.
If there's something I'm aware of, Maddie, it is your lack of playing games. And it upsets me every day because of how much you love puzzles. I'm like,
I
you would
do.
love this game.
No.
Anyway.
I don't remember the buttons.
Jamie
and
Kirk is
stuff.
our next guest, and he's a video game. He loves video games, so
no.
maybe he can convince you. Maybe he's got some game recommendations for us to
No,
jump
you
into.
guys will just be talking about games.
I know, I can't wait. It's going to be so
No,
good.
I'm leaving.
There's going to be a lot of. So the two stories that I remember on our road trip was so the first one we stopped at a family friend's place, right? I feel like my dad's name is Jeff. I feel like this guy's name was also Jeff.
The two Jeffs
Yes.
getting together.
They were like long-term family friends. And we went over there and we kind of just like stuck in, like tucked our heads in, maybe had some lunch. Again, you do that thing where you kind of like, hey, your kids, you play with their kids.
Yeah.
Go and hang out together. Anyway, they set me up with the Game Boy.
I thought you were going to say they set me up with one of the girls.
No, that would have been great. That would have been great. They set me up with like the Game Boy. Oh, you should play this. And it was like Kirby's Dreamland or something.
No.
It was a game I'd never played.
I love Kirby.
And I was like,
Bye.
very good. Anyway, this was the first time that I ever thought about doing something really, really naughty.
Uh-oh.
Like, real naughty.
Worse than taking off all your clothes at a party.
I don't know, because that's pretty bad.
But this is the first time you remember thinking about it, like making a conscious decision.
Making a conscious decision, and really, I came really close to doing it.
Oh, you didn't do it though.
Well, I'll tell you the story. They set me up with this game, and I was like, man, we've got a long drive ahead of us. And I had the Game Boy. I had my Game Boy. And I think I'd only had one or two games, Super Mario Land or something like that. And I thought about stealing their game. I thought about very seriously thought about stealing this Game Boy game. And from memory, we had a Walkman. And I think I even took the game and put it into the Walkman. And I remember being like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to steal it. And then one of their kids came out and looked at me and started shaking his head with a big smile on his face. Now, to this day, I don't know if he saw me, because I'm like, there's no way. He was in another room when I did that. Do you know what I mean? Unless they had fucking security cameras back then. Or if it was about something else. But that was enough for me to go, don't do it.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it.
Well, did you just take it out of the Walkman and put it back?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what came over me.
Good boy.
Maybe I wasn't enjoying myself there. Maybe I was like, fuck these people. Maybe like, fuck these stupid kids. Fuck this stupid house. I need to... Or maybe I looked at their happy house, or like their happy life and their big house, and I'm like, these motherfuckers have enough. I want to take something from them.
I don't know. I think as a kid, you more think about things that are just going to benefit you rather than...
That's true.
these
That
people.
hasn't... Yeah, that's true. It
Yeah.
hasn't like fully kicked in. It was the first time where I was like, why don't I just steal this?
Yeah.
And I didn't do it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Set you up for success.
Okay, so the other story, again, this is a real law story. So we stopped off at Foster, which is on the way up to Brisbane,
Yep.
still in New South Wales. And there was a carnival or like a fair there. And my two brothers, Matt and Darren, there was this game of like, you know those carnival games, and they're all kind of rigged. And you throw a fishing line out,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like magnetic ducks.
Yep.
And you pick them up. Anyway, there was this giant pink tiger that looked more like a friendly tiger. Like he kind of looked more like a bear, but he had the face of a tiger.
Mm-hmm.
And my brothers really wanted him for some reason, or maybe they didn't. I don't know. But
Okay.
this is what happened. My brothers tried this fishing game a few times, again and again. They kept losing, right?
Mm.
Anyway, we go back to wherever we're staying, and my brothers sneak out in the middle of the night while the fair's closed. And they, I guess, jump the fence or break in or something and go up to the fishing game and turn all the ducks over and see that this game is rigged.
What does that mean? How?
There's no way you could get enough points in the one round that you had. I can't even remember. Maybe we can get Matt. We'll get Matt on one day and he can explain, you know, he can fix any butchered parts of this story. But from memory, there was no way you could win, right? Whether it was like, I think most of them were 0, right?
Oh my God.
So what they did was they went and got a permanent marker and came back and wrote 1 next to every single 0.
Wow.
Maybe all of them were 0 and it was like, there's no way you can win. I don't know. But they wrote 1 and then they went back the next day and they played the game and I guess watched this guy be like, oh, what the fuck? And he was in a bit of a dilemma because there's no way he could have been like, no, hang on.
Yeah.
This game's rigged. It can't possibly be that.
I love this.
So then they won this big, giant, pink tiger teddy bear and they called him Larry. And we had him for ages.
Aw.
We used him as a beanbag. Like he was huge. And we had to shove him in the car with us as well. I don't know if we put him in the boot
It's like
or
another person.
literally.
I love that.
It was great.
That's awesome.
It was sick. As I said, that story got told at his 21st. Like that was a real thing that happened.
That is a hero story.
It's a hero story. I just feel like Matt and Darren together combined, they were little rascals.
That is a win for the kids.
Yeah, 100%. How dare you rip off children at your stupid carnival?
Yeah. Just don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah. Anyway, that was family holidays. That was great.
Yeah,
That was good.
good.
It was good learning about. I feel like I didn't get a big enough picture of you. I'm sorry, I hogged the space. with
No,
this.
that's okay. We can bring it up again if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. It was good. We had Cherie on. We got a bit more of a
Well,
Giles.
Cherie needs a theme song.
Wow, what's her theme song?
I don't know. You have to ask her.
I'll think about it. Yeah.
Make sure you follow us on Remember That Podcast.
That's right.
Instagram, is that right?
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
We have Twitter.
We don't?
Follow us on Snapchat.
No, we don't have Snapchat.
Okay. Email us at
Yep.
Remember That Podcast
Cast.
at Gmail.
Well, actually, .au, because I think Remember That
.au.
Podcast was taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Remember That Podcast
Yeah.
.au
Yep.
at gmail.com.
Yep.
If you've got any stories you want to submit to us.
Yeah,
and
or
we'll-
message our Instagram if you think of anything and you go, oh my gosh, I've got a funny story about that. We
Yeah.
can start doing a mailbag segment. We want to hear from,
We'd love to engage with our many more listeners,
Growing-
which is my mum,
yeah.
probably my mum's partner, and Cherie's friends.
I don't think any of Cherie's friends, but
Oh, well, Matt's one friend who hates us. Thanks, guys. We
All right.
appreciate the support.
we love it.
And we'll see you next time.
You're not even doing your sign off, which is crazy to me.
Good night, kids.
Good night, kids.